Hello everyone, it is me, BDB, Black Dragon Boss, and we are back with more predictions, this time for WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. 2 nights, thankfully, and I hope they continue this, like 3 hours one night, 3 hours the next. That's absolutely fine, as long as it's not 5 or 6 hours one night, 5 or 6 hours the next, because then you might as well split it into 3 nights. Or just cut some matches off. Like they've done this year, they decided to put the armbar and the Fatal 4-Way tag team match for the SmackDown tag team titles on SmackDown, which I believe they're now calling a WrestleMania SmackDown. So technically that's the pre-show for WrestleMania, but it's a whole day beforehand. We have the tag team turmoil match, which will have Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose versus Lana and Naomi versus the Riot Squad versus Tamina and Natalya. Now, I don't believe any of these teams are winning. Now, WWE put another match graphic, and it was this one. As you can see, there is another team there, and that's Billie Kay and Carmella. I still don't think Billie Kay and Carmella are going to be winning this match either. I think the right thing to do is have Carmella abandon Billie Kay before the show. Before the match, Billie Kay comes out, Carmella's not there, something has happened. She needs another tag team partner. Who's it gonna be? She's being added to the match, her and Carmella, but Carmella's not there. Iconic! How the Iconics come back together? Why split them up in the first place just to have Peyton team up with Lacey Evans and then have Billie Kay flounder around? They were perfect as a tag team. Have them come back and win the tag team turmoil. People at home will pop for this. The fans that are there will pop for this. It's just the right thing to do, and I know it's totally off a whim, but the Iconics to win the tag team turmoil match. Next up is Cesaro versus Seth freaking Rollins. This match has been built up quite nicely, I think. Rollins has said, "Oh yes, sorry, you're great, you're brilliant, but your talent's just wasted and everything. Join me, why not?" And Cesaro didn't want to, and Rollins was like, "Well, screw you anyway, mate. And screw your friend Nakamura as well." I'm glad Nakamura's not in this match. I'm glad he wasn't too much of a focal point of this, which is good. The whole focal point is Seth Rollins. I was swung around 28 times. I think it was 28 times. I can't remember. It was a lot of times anyway. And it's just been a really good story. Seth Rollins is such a dick, but in a good way. And Cesaro is a fantastic wrestler. He's a former US champion. You may not even remember that, but you will remember that he is a former SmackDown Tag Team Champion, a former Raw Tag Team Champion. He deserves all that. He deserves this the most. His first ever singles match at a WrestleMania. He deserves to swing Seth Rollins out of the arena and win via countout. That's it. He just not even by count, obviously not, but swing Rollins around 50 to 100 times. Swing him around so many times. Cesaro needs this match. He needs to win this match. This will not hurt Rollins. Rollins will be putting over Cesaro. Rollins, everyone knows how great Rollins is. This won't hurt him. This would just help Cesaro, and that's what needs to happen. That's what everyone wants to happen, and I think Seth being the person that he is, I think he would hopefully even pitch that to Vince. Go, let's put this guy over. And let's hope this happens. Next, we have what could possibly be match of the year, match of the decade, match of the century. Braun versus sweaty Shane Mock. don't worry, I was joking about match of anything, because this will be an absolute crap match. I'm hoping Braun will win. I don't care if he does or not. I don't think many people care about this match, or at least should care. No one really should care about this. Shane just went, "Daddy, I'm bored at home. Can I go and play with one of the wrestlers you own?" "Yeah, sure, son. Why not? Who do you want?" "I want that big dum-dum over there, Daddy." And he got it. Shane got his way. Shane will now face Braun in a steel cage match, because remember, everybody, no one can get into a steel cage. Ever. Well, as you see there, Rey Mysterio was able to climb up a steel cage and jump in. Now, I know, I'm not saying Jackson Riker are, oh, well. Elias. Couldn't remember his name. He has such a little importance. Near either, oh god, yeah, the two guys, Jackson Riker and Elias. Like they're so bad right now. I can't even remember their names. They aren't agile like Rey Mysterio, but that doesn't stop them from climbing up. That doesn't stop them from knocking down the ref and opening up the door and getting in there to Braun. So yeah, maybe Braun is stupid. You know? So my pick to win this, Braun Strowman, just because of Braun. He has Braun. Strong Braun. Next, we have The New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos. Now, this has been a weird build-up between New Day and AJ Styles and Omos. It's been pretty much, AJ, you don't know Omos that well. Do you know who his favorite wrestler is? Of course, it's AJ Styles. Actually, Andre the Giant. Now, I think Styles there was just having a laugh. Even in character-wise, I think it was more of a laugh. It didn't seem like the way he was saying it was serious. And then you had that stupid little board game they were doing. Oh, guess what it is and everything. Hey, look, Omos, it's what's this circular thing, and yeah, with this spikes coming out of it, it's the sun. Did you not get that? If anything, it looked like Omos was even going, I'm not even playing along with this. It might be in the script for me to play along with this. I'm not playing along with this crap. And why should they? That was so bad. And then recently, AJ Styles has lost to both Kofi and Woods. Now, yeah, via distraction from the outside, with Xavier playing Styles' old theme song from TNA, and then Kofi going after Omos. But AJ had that match, won, but had to decide, oh, well, what's going on outside? Either way, I think Omos is going to be the star in this match. Omos is just going to destroy them. AJ is going to be in there against Kofi and Woods. It's going to start like AJ and Kofi, or AJ and Woods, and then Woods is going to get tagged to Kofi. AJ won't be able to tag out for a while. AJ will get the hot tag to Omos, and Omos is just going to destroy both men. And that's the way it should go. Omos should get built to be this big, huge star. Because the guy, oh, you've seen him. I don't have to explain. But AJ and Omos to leave as the new Raw Tag Team Champions just seems really obvious to me. I hope it happens. Why not? Omos in there, that title in his hands, it will look like a toy. Next, we have Hippity Hoppity Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus The Miz and poor John Morrison. Do you remember him on the Indies? Do you remember him in Impact and in Fight Storm Wrestling? Do you remember how great he was? Johnny Mundo. Like, and then he went, ooh, WWE, look what I've done for myself. Can I come back? Yeah, as the Miz's friend. Oh, okay, I'll work with that. How's that worked out for you, Johnny? I know you're getting paid a load of money, like, but, oh, God, the segments have been horrible. Painting his car with the most watered down paint. Painting Bad Bunny's car, I should say. And this whole feud has been going on since the Royal Rumble, which is mental. This is actually one of the longer feuds of WrestleMania, going from Rumble to Mania. So, and look, Bad Bunny's been a wrestling fan for ages. Not fine, cool. You're now in there where a lot of us would love to be. I hope that he's going to do well. I've heard that he's been down the Performance Center, working his ass off. So I can't wait to see what he does. I really can't. It's going to be amazing. Like, we've seen Shaq over in AEW. We've seen Pat McAfee in NXT. We've seen Ronda Rousey rip through the women's division and everything. I think Bad Bunny is going to do fairly well at WrestleMania, hopefully. But, come on. It's got to be Bad Bunny and Damian Priest taking the W here, doesn't it? No way Miz and Morrison are winning. If they do, that means Bad Bunny is going to stay on. I have a singles feud the next pay-per-view against Miz. I don't want to see that happen. I want to see Morrison turn on Miz the night after Mania. I want Morrison to go, I'm sick of this, bam, turn on him. Because when Miz and Morrison were together, the last time, when they split up that time, Miz turned on Morrison. This time have Morrison turn on Miz. Perfect feud for a few months. And now we're on to the SmackDown Women's Championship that a lot of people think should be the main event, even though no, it shouldn't. Sasha versus Bianca. It's not their fault this build has been bad. WWE just went, how can we build this? Oh, right. We're gonna have you two go try and tag team and get along and try and get the women's tag team titles off Shayna and Nia. Because, who can they get along? The Royal Rumble contender and the champion herself and everything. It's been such a bad build and everything, and we had Sasha turn heel at Fastlane, and a lot of people are going, no, that wasn't her turning heel. Well, yeah, she did the despicable thing to Bianca and slapped her. I'm sorry, but she's the bad guy in this, obviously. But I think Bianca to win. Bianca deserves this. Like, it was so emotional. Her winning the Royal Rumble. It was beautiful. It was great. I wanted to win. My pick was Rhea Ripley. So, but Bianca won and I went, oh, cool. That was fine. That was fine by me. I'm happy out for her. And now she's just been in a bad build because there was also a sommelier in this. I can't remember his name. Because again, I don't care about him. But anyway, yeah, Bianca to win. Lashley versus Drew McIntyre as the main event for night 1 of WrestleMania. If it's not the main event for night 1, well then it'll obviously be the women's match, and Lashley versus Drew just should be the main event because it's going to be the hard-hitting match of that night. It's just going to be a lot of interesting things going to happen during that match. Are we going to have Cedric and Shelton actually come down and help Lashley? Was it a swerve to really put Drew off? That, oh, I don't have to worry with the Hurt Business. But then again, Drew did beat the Hurt Business so that they wouldn't be at ringside. But now that they're not the Hurt Business, could they still come down? Not stay at ringside, but just come down and distract them? Or would they help Drew? They could do. It's going to be a really hard-hitting match, and Drew was supposed to have a big pop last year. Nah. Bobby to retain. And we're on to night 2 of WrestleMania. So I picked the Gauntlet winners, the Iconics. So Shayna and Nia Jax versus the Iconics. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm going to guess the Iconics to win. I'm going to guess at least the Gauntlet winners to beat Shayna and Nia. But I have the Iconics, so I want Shayna also to turn on Nia. That's what I want to happen. Reginald is the sommelier, the wine connoisseur guy. Reginald, yes, because he's now with Shayna and Nia. I want Shayna to just turn on both. Shayna to just whale Nia at the end at least. If they lose, and they should lose. And Shayna needs to go I was an MMA fighter. I was incredible in NXT. Why am I tagging with this botch machine? So, Gauntlet winners, and my pick, the Iconics, to leave as the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Second match, Riddle versus Sheamus. Now, this is interesting because Riddle and Sheamus have had a small feud over in SmackDown. They were fighting and everything. I think a few people actually forgot that. It was early last year when they were in the Performance Center. So they had good matches there. And now Sheamus is like, oh my god, Riddle again, what are you doing here? Dude, I'm scootering. And then wham with the scooter by Sheamus because, well, Sheamus doesn't have time for that crap. None of us do. So I think it'll be a good match. It's gonna be hard hitting. Riddle's definitely going to hold his own, and I think, yeah, this is Riddle's first Mania match, and that's hard, you know. Will Sheamus put Riddle over? Will Riddle retain? Riddle only got the championship at Fastlane, and now that I'm saying all that, I want Sheamus to win. I want him to win, but I'm predicting Riddle to retain the United States Championship. The feud can continue on to the next pay-per-view, and Sheamus can get it then. Why not, you know? We have Owens versus Zayn. El Generico versus Kevin Steen. Like, these men have been going from Ring of Honor to NXT to the main roster in WWE back around 2016. They have been fighting everywhere they go. They have went fight forever. They went yes, no problem. They are going to fight forever. And I love it. What I don't love is that YouTuber LP is there. I think he should be taken out of it as soon as possible. I really want this match to be really, well, good and interesting. It will be good and interesting, but I don't want LP to have I'll just say his name. I don't want Logan Paul to have anything to do with this. Shouldn't be there, no need. These two men can put on a fantastic match with great storytelling. Didn't need him, don't need anybody, just need them two, and that's it. Who's winning? Like, I was thinking back to last year's WrestleMania, both men actually won their match. I'm gonna go with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens off the pirate ship. That could also cost him a match, but Kevin Owens off the pirate ship, maybe that'll help him to win. But yeah, Kevin Owens to beat Sami Zayn, and this feud will continue. Big E versus Apollo Crews in a Nigerian drum match. I'm just gonna guess there's big drums on the outside, and you know, it's gonna be pretty much a street fight, but with Nigerian drums. This is Apollo 7 or 8 title shot for the Intercontinental Championship, which is ridiculous. Like, I know there was a botched finish at Fastlane, where I'm guessing Apollo may have won it. But he's gonna win here tonight, isn't he? He's gonna win that night at WrestleMania. He has to. It just makes sense. Again, though, I don't care for his new character and everything. You could have packaged him in a different way. You just made him this foreign heel. WWE, that you always do. Ooh, foreign heel. Foreign guy, he has to be heel. You even look back, they did the same with Shinsuke, did the same with Jinder, did the same with Iron Sheik. So on and so forth. But Crews should leave as the Intercontinental Champion. Fiend versus Orton. I think this is the only match coming into WrestleMania that has had the longest build from last year, from before Orton burnt the Fiend, to TLC where he burnt the Fiend, to now, obviously. Fiend returned at Fastlane. Alexa was, you know, I guess you could call it filler. Alexa was doing the filler there, and now the Fiend's back, so I would say a funhouse match. I don't think it'll be a funhouse match. It's going to be a straight up match because there's going to be crowds there. It's fine. I'd rather it was like a funhouse match on the screen for everybody. I know the crowd. I don't know if the crowd would hate that or not. But if it's the only cinematic match that night, that should be it. And without doubt, Fiend is winning, and I think Orton needs to go away for a bit. Fiend needs to do something so horrible and horrendous to Orton that Orton has to leave until, I don't know, next Royal Rumble. He can return then, just not win it. But just have him go away for a bit. Just have Orton leave for a bit. I think that's what's best, at least, anyway, to me. I'm sick of seeing Orton on my TV, feuding with every single person all the time. I know a lot of you are not like that, but everyone's got different tastes. But I think Fiend needs to just get rid of Orton. Fiend to leave Mania as the winner. We have Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. Now this build, it's only been about 3 weeks long. Like, Rhea came out, pointing at the sign. Me and you, Asuka, let's wrestle for the Raw Women's title. You are not ready for Asuka, but I accept. Next week we have a contract signing. Asuka says a lot to Rhea. Rhea flips the table into Asuka's head, face, and mouth, it seems. She would just grab it all here. Hey, you know what would make this feud even better? Like throwing the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions into it. We didn't do that with anything else at all. They did that. Rhea says, yeah, sure, we'll take you on next week. Next week happens, Rhea turns on Asuka, and that's been the build. Now, I don't care actually about this build because I think this match is going to be really hard hitting, done really well, and Asuka's held on to that title long enough. It hasn't been a great reign because WWE have done really crap with her, but I think Rhea, just get the title off Asuka, put it on Rhea, and do better with Ripley. Hell, have Charlotte come back. Well, that's what they're going to do. Have Charlotte come back as a face. No one wants Charlotte as a face, though. No one does. But if you're going to do it, fine. But have Rhea beat her. Keep beating her. Don't have Charlotte ever beat Ripley for a while. Because after last year, that was total crap. Rhea is leaving as the new Raw Women's Champion. And the main event of night 2 and the main event of all of WrestleMania. Big Dog Roman Reigns versus the Rated R Superstar Edge versus the leader Daniel Bryan. Roman Reigns needs to retain the Universal Championship, and he needs to pin Bryan. I was thinking there, he needs to pin Bryan. Next pay-per-view, Roman Reigns versus Edge, the proper singles match. I didn't want Bryan. Bryan didn't deserve this. Get it? I know, Elimination Chamber, fine, that was unfair. Fastlane, again, unfair. But so what? There's been so many times where someone hasn't been added because of something unfair, and then Adam Pearce goes, well, alright guys, I'm on Daniel Bryan. Fine, but Edge does not take the pin. Roman pins Bryan. That's the only reason he can be added to the match. If Bryan wins, a lot of people ain't gonna be happy with that. Bryan doesn't deserve it, and I'm being honest, Edge doesn't either. I didn't like that Edge won the Royal Rumble. I know it's a heartwarming moment and everything. I could have got there a different way, had someone else win the Royal Rumble, go for like Drew, and then have Edge go for Roman, I guess. But yeah, Roman to retain his Universal Championship because he the big dog, he is the head of the table. So, So that's it for me. This is it for the predictions. And not leave your predictions down in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think, of course. And I need to. That's it for these predictions. Leave your predictions down in the comments. I'm really interested to know. I always want to know what other people think. As I love these prediction videos. That's what I'm doing now myself and everything. And if you haven't subscribed, again, I'm going to be doing more videos. They'll be coming out and whatnot. I'm going to do my best. That's it for me, BDB, Black Dragon Boss. I will see ye later.